We are here in Brasilia in the seminar of Shivaratri 2026, and Daniel asked me to speak a little bit about how I found Sahaja Yoga. Isn't it, Daniel?
No, I asked him about his life in Sahaja Yoga. I asked him about his beginnings before Sahaja Yoga. I asked him about his travel around the world, about the puppets, about the passion for art. I asked him a lot of questions in a lost interview. We have it about 4 or 5 days ago. I lost time when. I have a fantastic interview.
It's recorded in the stars.
With Bruno. He's recording in the stars. He never ever missed to tell someone that interview was lost because of me, because I forget to press the
Maybe
button.
it wasn't supposed to be.
Maybe. We will see what this interview will contain.
Okay,
we'll
let's
compare
see.
it with the other
Let's
one.
start then.
Bruno, born in 1959.
Yeah.
You have a fantastic life. You are a traveler, you are an adventurer, you got your realization in Nepal. You told me a lot of interesting things. Your life in Sahaja Yoga was also a fantastic one. Tell me whatever you want to tell.
So, first of all, it's like that I had to go around the world searching for a master. I didn't know it would be a woman or man, but I had always very much connected with the nature. Since small, I used to like rivers, like go sit down in the earth and the sea and stuff. And always I had lots of connections. And I believe there was a power, some power, that would lead me on. And I was connected with that power. That's true. My mother used to travel to work a lot, so I used to be alone at home. So little children alone at home, there was a storm, and then we could feel that we were afraid,
a bit
scared, And then something happened that I felt that there was some protection somewhere, Anyway, I went on like that, and I was searching, and I did when I found macrobiotics, for example, they taught me about the yin and the yang. I read books, food books, and then that's already, I like that situation of yin and yang, and I started reading Tao Te Ching, these books a little bit, and I wanted to meditate too. I didn't know how to meditate. What's meditation? Because you would hear all these stories about meditation and stuff, about people in the Himalayas and India and all these things. But anyway, what happened is that I went around the world searching for a guru. I had to go through all the continents, Europe and Africa, and then India. And I only found the guru really when somebody was in Nepal, that lady in Nepal that she had a restaurant,
Lisa.
And then she told me about the Adishakti. First time I heard the name Adishakti, actually, from her. She said, she's the Adishakti, feel the vibrations. And the thing about vibrations is that I don't know if other people feel, but always I had some feeling on the hands. Since I was small, I was feeling sometimes heat coming out or something like that, or very cool. And there was an experience that I had in Rio, with dance. I used to learn some dance and stuff, and then there was this massage. And once a person gave me a massage, I could feel really, really connected with something, some really lovely power. It's like a really joyful state. But I didn't know what it was, and then when we went on. But when Lisa spoke about Shimataji, I could feel full joy. My eyes were colorful. I see very much color everywhere when I left her restaurants, her office in the morning, and it was something really incredible because it's like you discover. Finally, after all this seeking, I discovered.
That's very interesting because we are talking about that. Sorry for repeating ourselves, but I mean to you, because for me was another very interesting stuff about Lisa because she's not the first one who come in my interviews with some other people. So the same experience have another guy from Austria. So Udo Sekulic have exactly the same experience. So that lady, what's happened with her? Do you know?
She died.
Okay, she died. Okay, but
People die, you know.
She,
We are here in this life, but I don't believe in death, you know. That's another thing. I believe in transformation. As a physicist, we know that the matter always transforms itself.
yeah.
If your body dies, you go somewhere else, the spirit will go somewhere else. So there is no death, there is transformation, you know. That's important to know. I always felt that. And when Shimataji speak about this, it's incredible because whatever Shimataji starts speaking, we had so much connection, Shimataji, and she came to Brazil in our house, then we went to Japan. She went to Japan in our house also, we received her. So we had lots of connection with Shimataji, and essentially what Shimataji is for me, you know, is like, she was pure joy. When we will be with her, we will laugh all the time, you know. And that's what Sahaja Yoga is. We have to have this thing of joy. There is no Sahaja Yoga with a, you know, angry face. You know, it's not Sahaja Yoga. Anger is not Sahaja Yoga. When we have Sahaja Yogis that they want to fight, they want to discuss and stuff, it's not Sahaja Yoga. Because divine is doing everything. The free will. We have free will, you know. Free will is like, okay, I can fight with the person. But no, you know, it's already all decided that she would come to Brazil in '89, you know. She'll come to Japan in '94 and '95. And I'll meet Shimataji. And one thing incredible, the first time I met Shimataji was in a bullet cart. She was sitting on a bullet cart. I arrived in India, and there was this procession of Shimataji sitting in the bullet car. And one thing about Sahaja Yoga for me is that you have this bubble of vibrations. It's a bubble of vibrations. So I went near the bullet carts, and we just go inside this bubble of love from Shimataji. Every time we are near the Shimataji, you could feel this bubble of love. It's like you go in a bandham, like. And that bandham, when you do bandham in Sahaja Yoga, we go a little bit in that bubble of love. That divine norm is Atma Tatwam, you know, is the divine love that takes over everything. I traveled around the world to make the living. I used to play in the streets, okay? And then what I felt very nice, because to play in the streets is like you are going to give love to the people that are passing by, going to work or going somewhere. So you create with the music this bubble of love. When you can create this situation, and that's what's incredible about our life, because it's always joyful if you create this bubble of love. If you create a bubble of anger, then you live in anger. You're angry all the time. So you have to go out from this bubble of anger and go in the bubble of love. That's what I have to say.
So Bruno touched a little bit the subject of his travelings when he tell us now that he used to play in the street and travel to Europe. I have to let you know that I have a small clip with him showing us the map or the globe with his travels. So that one will be linked with our interview because there he show us exactly his travel. Now, briefly, Brazil, Portugal.
Yeah, the thing is that, first of all, when I finished my university, I studied physics. Okay?
Yes, that's important to
Physics,
to
it's
mention.
very important to study physics because physics, you have the universal laws in physics. You study the universal laws. Can be relativity, can be quantum physics, can be Newton physics even. But in physics, you consider there is a law and everything functions with that law. It's a divine law.
No debatable.
No, we prove it. It has to be proven. For a law to be universal, everybody can do the experiment and if they find the same answer. That's one thing important in physics. And that's why I like physics. There is no discussion of, oh no, you're right, you are wrong, you're a liar. There is no fallacious. That's great. And so it settles you. You're studying the velocity or some, and then you know how much time it will take. You know, you answer some problems to make machines and stuff. So that's what is beautiful about it, is that nature functions with a divine law. If the tree grows, it's with the divine law that it grows. There's no doubt about it. You are not going to make a tree grow if you don't have water, for example, or if you don't have earth,
Nutrients, everything.
or if you don't have, so everything functions in a beautiful orchestrated manner by the Adi Shakti. So you surrender to her. But when people use their minds and they doubt about everything, then they create pollution, because they don't believe in nature, they don't believe in beauty, they believe in some abstract thing which is called money. Money is completely abstract. It's a concept created by the humans. And then you go after money only, and you forget everything else. In any case, I studied physics, and then I had the desire to go around the world. I said, I have a desire to travel around the world by land and the sea in 7 years. So the concept was go around the world slowly, from country to country, place to place, so you can have the transformation of culture, of language, of manners, slowly. When you get an airplane and you go from here to China, it goes, but you are in another civilization, everything is different. All the manners is different, the language is different, also the things that you say is different. So I wanted to do like that. So Shri Mataji made in a way that I used to live near a marina, yacht club, the sea. And I went to the marina and there was perfectly a boat with a sign saying need crew. Okay, and then I said, I want to go. And I didn't have money. I sold everything I had. I got $800 in my pocket.
You told me that your
And I
parents
went.
support you.
They didn't support me.
No, but
They support me
as an
saying,
idea.
okay, you can go.
Exactly. In
But
that,
they didn't give,
not
okay,
financially.
I'll give you $10,000.
Not financially.
No.
But they don't oppose the idea.
Because they gave me the freedom
Yep.
of decide by my own self what I do. And that's the problem about being overprotective with people, when the father of overprotected. It binds the child.
Yeah.
So my children, my father, my mother were, they said, oh, he wants to go, great, let he go. It's a new thing, And then I went. Some people said, no, how can you go? It's dangerous. Go to the sea, with the storms and stuff. People are always afraid of something. But if you are protected by Shimataji, by Mother,
Yeah.
why are you afraid for? Of what? Not afraid about anything.
When you talk about physics, I don't want to interrupt you, but I take the opportunity to bring into discussion for our viewers the fact that it's happened to be myself a chemist, and I know a little bit about the laws of nature, and I study a little bit of the structure of the atom, including I study a bit physics as well, but not like you in depth. What I want to bring into discussion is about the laws of the Newtonian laws and the quantum laws, which cannot be put together. So both of them are truth, but are working in different environment. That's only for our viewers to know that the classical laws of physics, Newtonian one, cannot be applied on the universal and vice versa. So the Newtonian physics works only on Earth, on our little home, but the quantum work on the universal. And so far, the
More or less, not like that.
the physician do not find the relation to make happy both ways. Tell me if I'm wrong and
Yeah, it's
why.
wrong. It's wrong.
And
This
why?
conception is wrong. You know, you have different systems.
Yes.
If you want to
Both
study,
truth.
for example, if you want to do a chemical reaction, you're going to go to a chemist that study chemical reactions, and you can find out many things about chemical reactions. Because if you go to a physicist, he's going to analyze how the chemical reaction happen. At the end, you're not going to study the chemical reaction. You are going to study the
atom.
forces,
Yeah,
the atoms, and,
yes.
and everything. And sometimes, if you have magnetism together, you don't understand. If you don't have quantum mechanics, you don't understand a simple mechanism of magnetism, like a magnet, like the marionettes. Yesterday they had used magnets. This magnet is you only understand if you have quantum physics. Okay? Quantum mechanics, quantum physics, you understand the magnets because of the spin, because of different things. So it's very important. This is very important that when you analyze something, when you want to solve a problem, you have to find the laws, the what you are going to use, what instruments you are going to use to analyze the situation you want to analyze. For example, if you have a big plier and you want to hold a thing that's bigger than the plier, you cannot. You have to get a bigger plier. You know? So that's the same way. So when you say that all the laws, they have a limit, they have a range, mariadas. Like the Newton physics is very good for stars. It's very good for planets, how they move the planets, the system, solar
But not
system.
in quantum.
Quantum physics is for small things.
Yes. And the
It's-
Newtonian laws doesn't work on quantum and vice versa. So
No,
so far
quantum-
the physicists do not
We
find.
have a range.
Yes.
The Newton physics, it goes
To the
our range.
Yes,
Our range. When
our
you go
range.
smaller,
Bye bye.
it's like a microscope. If you go to a microscope, okay, you see for example this leaf. You can see it's very beautiful. It's green and everything. If you go to a microscope and you start seeing, you're going to see many other things there, depending on the microscope. That's the same as Newton physics and quantum physics. And actually, if you have Newton physics and you go to some speed that is very high speeds, you have to use relativity. But normal speeds, Newton physics is very perfect.
Yes.
It's good.
Yeah.
But if you go,
For our
example,
world.
no, our world, if you analyze, for example, the light, you have to use quantum physics. You don't use Newton physics. You have to use Maxwell laws. So that's the thing about it. It's like chakras. If you have a problem in the nabi, you're not going to work on the agya. Apart, if you have a boot that's connected agya and nabi together, like Shimachi said, sometimes they make bridges.
Yes.
So you work here, the boot go there, and come back. But essentially, if you have an agya problem, it's an agya problem. You work on the agya. The same thing. you're going to use the instruments, like if you are going to analyze the apple falling, you're going to use Newton physics. You don't need to use relativity, because it doesn't matter anyway. You know, it's a concept. Everything is possible. You know, for example, the chakras. You can see, you can analyze the chakras on the hands. You can analyze the chakras on the spine. You can analyze the chakras on the feet. You can analyze the chakras on the arm, on the leg.
On the head.
On the head.
Yes. On the
You
soles,
have different things.
on the
I
soles,
mean,
yeah.
you understand? It's different ways to approach it. You know. So the same thing with physics. What you cannot say, for example, that there is this thing of time. There are things that you understand in Sahaja, because when you have kalachit, for example, you want to spell kalachit is what kala
Before.
means. Kala means time.
Time.
Atit beyond time.
Yeah. That was
When we
happened
go-
before the matter appeared. The time came with the matter. Before the matter appeared, no time.
Yeah, that's why you say Dehatit. Deha is the space, Kalatit and Trigunatit. Okay, Gunatit. So, they just you understand it, you know, in that way. If you go beyond time, you go a little bit on the relativity, because it means that the time you are used to, second, 1, 2, 3, it goes beyond that time you are used to. So it goes beyond the space. For example, you go into meditation in Nirvikara, you go beyond state, because the space doesn't matter anymore. The body, for example, what's the body? You go beyond the body, and you go into state of total awareness. So I don't know if I answer your question, but you cannot say that way that Newton physics is wrong. It's not wrong.
No, I don't say it is wrong. The physicists do not find the relationship between them to make them both happy as a universal law, and they're still working on that. That's the only thing I said. But I don't know. Maybe sorry for some of you who are not interested in this kind of discussion. So we can go further, talking about them. Interrupt you in your journey. So you go in Portugal first.
Yeah,
The ship.
I went in a yacht,
Mm-hmm.
and the yacht goes to the sea, big sea. Okay, from Brazil, you have to cross over the big sea, and you had storms, an area of storms, and you have an area where after the storm there's no wind, so we got stuck in a doldrum, which is a place with no wind, and you got stuck, and then we were afraid because the water was finishing, and if the wind wouldn't come, we would be stuck there forever and we would die. Simple.
Yeah.
So, anyway, when you are in those places, there are no boots. That's what I found out.
Okay.
The boots don't live in those places.
Okay.
If you go in the desert is the most clean place ever. There are no boots there. There are boats only in
Populated
city-
area.
In cities, the boots comes from humans. You know.
They like people.
Yeah. Also, the boots, they don't like to travel by airplane. You know that.
No.
Yeah, Shimati told us one
No,
day.
I didn't know.
That's why in the airports they're very heavy. Airports are always heavy. So the boots stay there until the person comes back.
Not on the plane.
They don't like travel.
Okay, that's good to know. Spend more time on the plane.
Don't-
We spend a lot of time on the plane anyway. 11 hours, one flight.
Sometimes it's so hard to get to go. You understand?
Yeah.
Because the books say, no, don't go. I want to be with you.
Okay.
And then finally you go. If you make your package,
So the pilot,
and you go, and then
the pilots should be one of the most cleanest person.
no, there is a
uh,
problem is that when you wear a clothes, the boots recognize you by the clothes you're wearing. So when you travel and you come back with the same clothes, the boot go back to you.
So better to change your clothes.
Yeah, yeah. Also, it's better to always change routes. For example, you go out from one airport, you come back from the other.
Even if I want to go in the same route, the travel agent give me something. Okay. So can we go further? Tell us.
Okay. Then
because I know what it's in store, so I couldn't wait.
Then I went to Europe, and then and then Africa.
No. You've been to Scandinavia first?
Yeah, I went to Norway. I lived in Norway, north of Norway, near the North Pole.
No, the polar arc.
Yeah, the polar arc. Play on the streets, Christmas songs.
You work in a circus as well?
No, in the streets.
No, but you work in the circus
Yeah, in
first.
Paris, yes.
In Paris, you don't like too much, but finally you play.
No, I like
but you
to
play
take care of
you
the
find it-
lions and elephants and.
But you find playing in the
horses.
streets better. More.
There was too much friction in the circus.
Yeah, I know.
And the circus was okay. I stayed 3 months, I think 2-3 months in the circus. It wasn't my life. My life is, sometimes you have to be alone. That's the truth of the story. To find new ways of where you have to go, you have to be lonely.
Yes.
You have to be alone. That's what's is important. So I said no, don't try this thing of the playing the metro, and then I start playing the metro. I learned more than in the circus anyway, and I could make that's when I could make people happy, because I was suffering in going to the circus. I had to take the metro to go to the circus every day. I used to live on the other side of Paris, so the circus was in Porte de Saint-Ferret. So I used to go all the way with the metro to go to the circus.
Yeah.
And sometimes you come one musician in the train, and it will make me so happy.
You knew violin by that time?
I learned with 14 years old. I felt in love in violin.
The people who watching us will see you playing violin in our clips I record these days. So you will see Bruno singing. You will see Bruno performing his puppet show. So you will see Bruno explaining the trip on the globe, which will go further from Scandinavia, Africa.
Anyway, after the Scandinavia, I said I have to go to Africa, but first I have to stop in Hungary to learn gypsy violin. I always liked gypsy violin, gypsy way.
Yeah.
So I learned gypsy violin a little bit.
But gypsies are everywhere, not only in Hungary. But anyway, in all the
But
whole.
I knew that in Hungary I could find a teacher
Okay. And you find.
and a real gypsy guy.
Yeah.
I found. I went to Eger. I don't know if you know. It's not Budapest. I went to Budapest, and then I went to Eger. It was a beautiful place in the mountains there.
In Romania are a lot of gypsies as well, and very good players.
I could have gone to Romania actually,
Very good players.
but I didn't go to Romania. I went to Hungary. Okay.
It's your choice. You know more
Anyway,
about.
after I went to Switzerland to make a little bit of money because I had finished my money, and then after Switzerland, I was going to Africa, but it happened an accident in Marseille. That I was playing in the street and a woman passed through and my violin fell down,
Oh, no.
and then it broke. And then I went to Africa without a violin. Then I went across the desert.
Across the jungle. You told me you.
No, jungle is after. Across the desert, the
Across the
Sahara
desert, and
desert.
after-
I lived in Togo. In Togo, they lent me a violin to play. I was playing in the street, in the restaurants there. And then I give back the violin, and then I went across the Congo, across the Central Africa. And then,
Was a bit of adventure crossing the forest.
yeah. Yeah, it was very good experience. Very nice.
You've been by yourself?
Yeah.
Alone?
Only 500 kilometers walking.
Only. Easy peasy.
If you think about it, if you make 25 kilometers a day walking in 2 weeks, I did it in 2 weeks more or less. 500 kilometers. It's easy.
What?
Only 500.
What
kilometers.
have you eaten?
They would give me in the small towns. They never saw white. They would give, a foreigner arrived, and then they give me everything. It was really like a party. Everything. Oh, a white Bruno came, and it was a very beautiful situation because some people in the forest had never seen a white person. And
Well, it was exotic for them. It was an exotism.
yeah.
So then,
And then I lived in Bujumbura, in Burundi. And after Burundi, I went to Kenya, and then I had to get an airplane to India.
first time when you get an airplane,
Then I got to India,
yeah.
and then in India, I lived in Varanasi, which is Varanasi. It's a very special place where you have the river Ganges. And when I was small, I wanted to meet the river Ganges. I don't know why, but I said I wanted to meet the river Ganges. And river Ganges, when I arrived in this town, it was very, very nice because it was in the morning, very early in the morning. I went to the river Ganges too. And then I touched the river Ganges, and I felt the water was different. It's like the water was caressing me, was cuddling my hands. It was like an encounter with something really special.
You told me you don't get wet?
It's like it wouldn't get wet, you know. It's like it was caressing. It was like cuddling, you know.
Yeah.
It was very special. And then I lived there in Varanasi for 4 months, in front of the river, in a place where I found the place. And then I studied a little bit of Sanskrit there. And that's when I studied Sanskrit, a little bit, and then Indian violin, Indian music a little bit. But then I had to leave, and I went. A friend of mine said that there was a meditation kind of workshop in a temple in Bodh Gaya. It's like Vipassana meditation. You don't talk for 1 week. Imagine you stay without talking. It interested me. It was very nice, very thick. So I could feel that the people were talking inside was not peaceful. And at the same time, I met Dalai Lama there also. He gave a speech, and I said, no, that's not right. Mm-hmm. In India also, I met some people who had the guru, and I said, no, it's not right. So I had the discrimination is important for a seeker. That you have to see where is the goodness, where is the good things. Find where is good.
You are not the first Sahaja Yogi who told me that. So that's, we can talk as a Sahaja Yogi, because otherwise probably they choose a different path. So all Sahaja Yogis I talk with, they have the chance to have a guru. All they obviously reject the false gurus.
Yeah. But anyway, I sat under the tree of. They say that Buddha had the realization there under the tree.
Yeah.
And I felt so good.
Was,
I think I got realization there in a way, because I felt so peaceful in that tree. I can remember it still now. And after that, I went to Nepal, and that's when I met Lisa. So it was a process.
Yeah. She gave you the formal realization, probably.
The realization is that she's the Agishakti, do you feel the various? That's all. Mm-hmm. I never had this thing of going like this.
Delia, my wife, is the same when she gives realization to people. Usually in fairs, when we go to the table first, she put the people down and she said, feel it. I'm the one who talk more to explain because I like the person to know. Okay, so we Last time when we talked was the 7th of February. Now I don't know what date it is. Very close to
Today is the 15th.
15, something like that. So it was a week ago. And I remember you told me, because when we talk about your marriage with Misao, you told me a few things about that day was Misao and you wedding anniversary. You have a present for her?
I'm the present.
Okay. So yes. Okay. Yeah. Can you tell me about Brazil? About sorry, Japan?
Yeah, after I went to Japan. But it's getting too long. Let's stop a little bit now. I'm kind of tired now.
Yeah.
Stop a little bit.